This is a photo of Amish school children running away from the police. It was 1965 and the local school board in Iowa decided they were going to force Amish children into American public schools. And when the Amish woke up that morning, they would find a yellow school bus escorted by the police on their farm. The police had been told to force the Amish school children onto the bus. Well, the parents didn't just give in, and one mother tried to physically block the bus, but she failed. That's when one of the fathers yelled out, "Run!" and the children would take off running. And Amish parents would go to prison as a result of their standoff with the local school district. But this photograph was published by a local newspaper, and shortly after, magazines all over the country. And the American people were outraged, and an attorney who saw the photograph formed the National Committee for Amish Religious Freedom. And 7 years later, the Amish would win in the Supreme Court. It was one of the most important religious freedom cases in American history. And this is why I write books to help parents teach their children their rights. And it's why I teach a course on the U.S. Constitution. Because our kids should not only be taught the structure of the court system, but how to use tools like affidavits and conditional consents to defend their rights. Because we only have rights if we know how to defend them. And that's definitely not being taught in public school. Check out my private homeschool community and my books on the First Amendment, the right to bear arms, morality, fake news, and so much more. ClassicalLearner.com.
Classical Learner gets it. I've been following this guy for a while. If you're on the fence about homeschooling your kids, or you're not sure you want to send them to public school, I encourage you to follow this guy because, well, just watch this video.
When children go to school, they get stuck in class with bullies, class clowns, cliques, bad influences who promote things like drugs, alcohol, promiscuity, and all types of inappropriate things, many of which are actually promoted by the school. And if they want to walk away, they can't, because in school there is no freedom of association. So for 7 hours a day, 5 days a week, in 45-minute block after 45-minute block for 15 consecutive years, students are trapped and they can't walk away. So school becomes more about survival and getting by than knowing who you are. And that's why you always hear adults in the public school system say, you have to go to college to discover who you are. Well, I would argue that if you have to go to college to discover who you are, then you weren't doing the right stuff before college. And this is why for the longest time, people used to know that a child's primary influence should be their parents. And your kid should be taught that freedom of association is a very good thing, because they should discriminate against people who engage in negative behaviors, drug use, alcohol use, watch inappropriate things. I want to teach the kids to walk away from that. And then your kids could find their people in a healthy way at co-ops, on play dates, on sporting teams, getting out into the real world, and of course, following their interests. So if they love birds, they should do a bird watch. If they want a tree swing, they should build one out of wood. And they should be encouraged to start lemonade stands, host cookie sales, make and sell jewelry, and to pursue the things that they want to pursue. And if they do these things from the time they're little, then they won't have to go to college to discover who they are. Check out my private homeschool community. And Cubs to Bears, books. ClassicalLearner.com.